Imagine this, you're in a cafe, it's really busy, there are people bustling around, and then someone leaves their laptop, a phone, and a backpack on a chair. And then leaves. And doesn't return for an hour. They didn't ask anyone to look after their bag. They don't make an effort to cover the valuable items. They just say, I trust in the Korean people. And not one person will steal their stuff. Hi, my name is Jade, I'm from the UK, and I am currently studying in Seoul in South Korea. I have lived here for the last 3 months as part of my university degree, which is pretty crazy now that I'm saying it. I am a hectic academic mess this semester, like there's a lot, so I have not been making as many videos as I'd like to, but today we are talking culture shocks. Because Korea is very different from where I'm from. Culturally, with the language, with how people function and view the world, with the way that the systems work here, with the food options available, like everything is so different, and that's so exciting. It took me a lot longer to find a sense of home here or to feel comfortable than it did when I was studying in Berlin or the US, which is very similar to the UK. But I feel like I'm now at a place where I understand the systems, I understand a little bit more of how people think. Okay, so maybe an interesting start is technology. Everything is so bloody efficient here. Oh my god. For example, if I want to take a bus, I just head onto my Kakao map or my Naver map, which are two of the best navigation apps here in Korea. I put in my location, I put in where I want to go. And these apps will predict to the second when the bus is gonna arrive. Like, it is truly incredible. I have never had it where a bus is late. The roads are just clockwork. They often have bus stops in the middle of the road, and buses will just file in like bam, 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 exactly on time as you expect, and it just makes navigation so easy. The metro system here is so clean, so efficient. Sometimes when you walk into metro stations, you have gorgeous, chill, classical music playing. Sometimes you have beautiful plants, or just they turn it into like an experience. I never feel unsafe going to a metro station. Guys, the availability of Wi-Fi here is insane. You can be on a bus, you will have flawless Wi-Fi. You can just pop into the corner shop, you will have flawless Wi-Fi. Oh my god, I have a meeting that I completely forgot about. I need really strong Wi-Fi. Wow, well maybe this area of Seoul just spontaneously has amazing Wi-Fi. Like, it's just in the air, Wi-Fi, you just bam, you just connect to it. I have been to the top of mountains and there has been excellent fast service. It's just amazing. One of my main experiences of culture shock is the quiet and respectful culture. I don't consider myself a hugely loud person, or on buses or trains I never thought, oh wow, yeah, I'm loud. But here, I am loud. People do not talk on buses or trains. I'm very familiar with London, the tube. People, you know, they keep their head down, they do not make eye contact, they're on their phones. Life is quiet on the tube generally, unless you've got like a rowdy bunch of people. But here you get looks if you're talking. Like, people are just generally quiet, which I found quite hard, because sometimes you're with your friends and you just want to chat, you just want to discuss life, and you very much have to whisper. That's because there's such a huge culture of respecting people's privacy. Like, personal space is a huge thing to Koreans in terms of touching, in terms of sound and noise, in terms of doing things which could annoy other people. I think because there is generally a more collectivist culture, people respect other people's opinions more. Like, people don't want to be a nuisance, they just respect other people's time and energy. This culture of respect is reflected in the way that people bow their head to you in thanks. People always accept things with 2 hands, so say you give them your credit card to pay for something, they'll either take it with 2 or take it with 1 hand with another hand on their forearm, so they're still accepting it with the 2 hands. And that's just meant to be more respectful, which is interesting. This is so fascinating to me because I just came from Berlin. People do what they want in Berlin. It's hugely individualistic. People will grumble at other people getting in their way, but people will play loud music and not care what other people think. They'll make a ruckus. They will turn a public area into theirs to enjoy with friends. And while I was there, I felt quite empowered to be equally individualistic. Like, cool, what do I want to do in this day? What mindset do I want to have towards the world, and how am I going to enact that, even if people around me don't agree with it? Whereas here, I often find I tailor myself to think more about other people and be more respectful of them. So I don't think there's necessarily like a better or worse with this individualism or collectivism. Like, should you more be prioritizing the people around you and what they might be thinking or feeling? Should you be more resolute in what you're doing? And then if everyone is doing that, then everyone's going to be happier. In considering what everyone wants and what might be a nuisance to them, Are you limiting spontaneity? Like, for example, if someone was to be just playing music out loud, maybe the surrounding people would actually like it, but you would never do it because you're worried that they might not. It's just interesting to compare. I feel like they're two polar opposite places in that respect. Kindness. Oh my god, kindness. People are amazing here. For example, if a bus, which as I said, you know, very on time, if they see you running towards that bus and they've arrived, they've opened the doors, they should have left, but they see you running, they will wait. I have gotten onto at least 5 buses where I have been a sweaty running mess trying to get there on time. I'm late for something as usual. And they're so sweet, they always wait. I always say thank you and tap with my little card, get on the bus and just appreciate the Korean system. Even when there's a language barrier, people are so eager to give you directions or help or advice with types of street food. It's also worth pointing out that I am a foreigner, I am also white, so there are different power dynamics at play, which might mean I receive more kindness than other people. I also once took myself on a little dinner date because I just love spending time alone, especially when I have roommates. I find I really have to carve intentional time for just being with myself and my brain. This semester I really feel like an introvert because I just want that all the time. Anyway, tangent. So I went for dinner and the woman was like, "One? Like, just you?" And I was like, yeah, it's just me. And she's like, "Are you sure? Like, just you?" I'm like, "Yes." So I sit down, but she actually ended up coming and sitting with me when I was eating my food, and she hardly spoke English, and I know very limited Korean, but with a mix of Google Translate and the tiny bit of Korean I do know, we had this little conversation. And at the end she came and brought me a little strawberry on a plate, and I was just like, that's so cute! Fresh food is really expensive here too, so I just appreciated that even more. More specifically, I've made some Korean friends who are at different universities here. The way I met my closest friend, shout out Youngsop, we met on a bus. Me and my roommates got off a bus, Youngsop, an angel, came over to us and he was like, "Do you speak English by any chance?" We were like, "Yes, we do speak English, hello." He has been self-teaching himself English for 2 years and has never had the chance to practice. And he was wondering if we ever wanted to hang out and just practice English, which is the cutest thing ever and so brave to just come up to random people and try. And ever since, we met up multiple times. He lives quite near us, he's just wonderful. In the UK, we have so much sarcasm and banter and almost teasing friends as like a display of affection. But here, maybe it is partly the language barrier. It's like a very respectful friendship, like a really wholesome friendship. Like all the Korean friends I have here are so willing to just help all the time. Really little things, like for example, my charger broke and he went out of his way to help me get a new one, whether that was researching online ways we could get one, taking me to Daiso, doing translations to find the one that I needed. Just so kind. Oh my god, one of the biggest things in Seoul is fashion and appearance and looks. People in this city are like all models, my god. Their fashion sense is very specific. Like people have an aesthetic. And it's been interesting watching it go from winter to spring and people having these like really long, beautiful coats to having this like gorgeous spring aesthetic with specific types of skirts and specific color schemes and pastels. The way people look here matters a lot to them. It's fascinating to me how in cafes, people will spend sometimes like an hour getting the right selfie. Like people will be there with friends at every single angle, like they will bring their lighting and tripods to get the best photo. Couples will often match outfits, which is so cool to see because they're so stylish, my god. And yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a place with such an emphasis on appearance. So plastic surgery is very common here. I've heard that people even get it as a graduation gift. It's like, fix your nose, you know? And speaking to my Korean friends, all of them know people who have had minor plastic surgeries. It's just kind of normal. And when I first came here, I had a huge bias of, this is horrible, like how much people care about appearance. There's so much more to a person than how they look, and looks aren't everything. And like women shouldn't have to wear makeup, and women shouldn't be judged on how pretty they are. And while I still think that's true, I think I have more nuance towards the appearance-based culture now. For example, if you look at the context of Korea, 60 years ago, after the Korean War, South Korea was being wrecked by war. People couldn't afford to eat. People did not have lavish lives. There was none of this huge technological influence. It was not one of the major powerhouses of Asia. And it's crazy how far this country has come in 60 years. And so if the country's coming from relative poverty, then I think I can see why appearance and having nice things and looking good would matter more. Because it's like, wow, like we can afford this now, you know? Like our country's done so freaking well and like we can afford to like look good, so we should. It's also interesting to see how I've been in this appearance-based culture. I think I've almost done the opposite and just truly rejected caring that much about what I look like here. I haven't felt the urge to buy new clothes or buy makeup, and most days I don't wear makeup. I'm not saying it's better, but I just think I've realised that's my value system I prefer to live by. Yeah, and being here has just been interesting to reflect on that. Also, there's a Korean concept of chaemyeon. Chaemyeon? Chaemyeon? Chaemyeon. It means like dignity or saving face. And it's this idea of caring what other people think and trying to give people a certain appearance. Oh, another culture shock is always being asked how old I am. Because of this culture of respect and these Confucian values based off of like hierarchy of age and respect your elders, if people know that you're older than them, they'll show you a different level of respect. And there are also different nicknames that people use for you based off of that age hierarchy. So like older sister or mum. Like in restaurants, people will call an older woman serving them, like who owns the restaurant, Oni, which I think means older sister. And I think it's really cute. It's a way of not only showing respect, but also like treating people you don't know, like strangers, like they're a family, you know, a family member, like older sister, thank you so much for the food. Really cool. I was not happy when I found out how expensive fresh food is here. I live a plant-based vegan lifestyle where I just love fruit and veg, and fruit and veg is a nightmare to get here. I always buy it from local stalls near us, but it's so pricey. It's like £5 for a few apples, £5 for a few satsumas, £3 for some bananas, you know? Expensive. Even cakes here, really expensive. It can cost like 7,000 won, which is like £5 or £6 for a muffin or a slice of cake. Like, it's not a cheap city. Rapid fire, some interesting things. I love corner shops here. They're everywhere. GS25, CU, Mini Stop, E-Mart. They're everywhere and they're like their own little world. You have to get to know the snacks that you like. You also fill up your bus card there. By the Han River, I don't know if you've seen this in K-dramas, but you can go to an E-Mart, you can get ramen, and you like cook the ramen at the corner shop. And then you can just go and sit by the river and eat your ramen and live your best life. Oh my god, also interesting is the monopolies here. I don't know if you're familiar with the economic development of South Korea after the war, but the government basically boosted 5 companies, I think it's 5, called the Chaebols. Chaebols, something like that. And because the government helped so much, they all became huge and really did help the country grow. But now they own everything. It's your Hyundai, it's your Samsung, it's your Lotte. They own everything. Like, you get on a bus and you're like, oh my god, this is Hyundai, and then you're using hand dryer and you're like, oh wow, cool, this is Hyundai. And then you go to an E-Mart and you're like, oh cool, Samsung does E-Mart too. Fascinating. And one of the biggest supermarkets is Lotte Mart. They also have a theme park, Lotte World. Like, they have everything. And it was such a big culture shock to me that there are people who sell you stuff in the aisles. Shopping in a massive grocery store anyway is interesting. It's kind of stressful, especially when you don't speak the language. But to then be on the shelves and like making your choice, and then there's someone there aggressively trying to sell you a specific item because they get commissioned on it. It's like, oh my god, it's such a weird experience. The first time it happened to me, I was like trying to use every Korean word I know. Like, I do not eat ramen with meat in it. This one has meat in it. Like, no thank you. Yeah, I've never been to a supermarket where I've been actively sold stuff at every single shelf. Oh, pretty much no cafes have non-dairy milk. I think I found 6 now. That aren't specifically vegan cafes. It's just not worth asking. Do you eat soya? No? Okay. I get around this by sometimes bringing a small pack of soy milk to put in my drink. Oh my god, cafes here are insane. The cafe culture is just, it's an experience. Like, there are themed cafes. People go to cafes for a day out. The toilets are also generally immaculate. Like, they're just, oh, I love cafes here. And finally, the cherry blossoms. I'm not sure you can call this a culture shock, but it was a shock nonetheless. Like, this has been on my bucket list, dream list, to see spring and the cherry blossoms in Asia. It blows my mind every day. You can be doing the smallest task, like going to get something from a corner shop, and then you see the blossom and it just instantly makes me so grateful to be here again. I'm like, wow, like I'm in Seoul. I'm in Seoul in spring. How lucky. Let me know your thoughts. If you live in Seoul, if you live in South Korea, if you've visited, if you want to visit, what other culture shocks have you experienced? I'm very intrigued. The thought of leaving makes me so sad. There's so much I still want to see and do and soak up. But yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here. Please give this video a like and comment down below if you'd like more videos about my experience in Seoul. Tell me what you'd like to know, tell me what you want to see, and have a gorgeous day. Bye!